What's up, everyone? It's Jessica. Welcome in. It is time for our monthly anti-haul and wish list. I love doing the research for these videos because what that means is I get to look at the new arrivals page on Sephora and Ulta, and I scroll through Instagram. And really, for this one, I even went to like separate brand pages for the drugstore brands, like the main ones, because I couldn't really see any new arrivals because most of like Ulta's new arrivals for drugstore were like holiday kits, and I'm gonna be doing a separate video on those coming very soon. So I didn't want to mention those here. I just wanted to see like regular old new releases. So that is what we're gonna do today. Some things I am so excited about that I'm like probably gonna buy, and then a lot of things that I'm like, I either don't get it, I don't like it, or I don't need it. So we're gonna share about that as well in the anti-haul part of it. I say that, but it's really kind of all mixed in together. But we're just gonna talk about a bunch of new makeup, alrighty? So I did want to take a second to thank today's video sponsor, which is Warby Parker. I've been wearing Warby Parker glasses for a very long time. So I get a lot of questions about these, especially, obviously, there's a little glare with my light here when I'm filming, but I wear them a lot when I pop on like my Instagram stories and stuff. And so I'm constantly flooded with DMs asking where are your glasses from. So here we are. These are from Warby Parker. They are the Esme style. And Warby Parker, if you've never heard of them, I'm sure that you have, but if you haven't, they provide vision care both in-store and online. They offer eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, contact lenses. They even have progressives and blue light lenses, and they start at $95, and that includes prescription lenses. I have my prescription in these, and I also have the blue light in them, so then when I'm working at my computer, I know my eyes are a little bit more protected. And I just feel like these are so high quality. I, like I said, get a lot of questions and compliments on them, and it always comes with a nice case that says Warby Parker. And it's cool because you take a really quick quiz, which I'll have a link to down below. You just answer a few questions about like your taste, and they will match you to styles they think you will like. And what's cool is then you can order a free at-home try-on where you can try on some of the lenses that you're curious about to see how they actually look on your face. I think that is the coolest part of this because it's really hard to make a decision on glasses until you see them on, you know? So if you want to try out Warby Parker for yourself, you can do their free at-home try-on where you get 5 pairs of glasses to try on at home for free with no obligation to buy. It ships for free. You get a prepaid return shipping label. So to do their home try-on, you can go to warbyparker.com/Jessica Braun. I will have that link right at the top of the description box as well for you if you need it. And thank you again, Warby Parker, for sponsoring this portion of the video. All right, so we're gonna take these off so there's not like a glare in there the entire time while you're watching it. So let's start with drugstore stuff because there are a couple of things that I have not heard about. Quite frankly, I haven't seen in stores yet, but I did find like for sale on like Target's website. So you can certainly get your hands on them. Let's just start with those. So this first one is from Covergirl, and it's their Outlast Extreme Wear Concealer. I have not seen or heard of this. Have you guys? And so like I said, I did some digging on Covergirl's website just to find this. So it's $9.99 on Target's site. It says it's got flawless full coverage, all day wear, waterproof formula, dermatologist tested, cruelty free. I'm gonna be honest, this is on my anti-haul list because I don't think it's what I like in a concealer. I don't love full coverage all day. Well, I mean, all day wear is always a bonus, but that full coverage is the part that gives me pause because I know my tastes. However, I know there are a lot of you guys watching that love that full coverage look. It might be worth looking into. I found a lot of CoverGirl like face products that I have loved over the years. So I always kind of give like a second look at anything CoverGirl's offering. So I think that's pretty cool. I kind of like that the packaging is in like a squeezy tube. I am assuming, yeah, it's like just literally a squeezy tube. But that's kind of nice because I have to guess that you don't need a lot. Like a lot of this goes a long way. So I wanted to mention it because I'm sure some of you guys are highly interested in that kind of a product. But for me, it's a pass. I say that, I might end up buying it and trying it in the future. We'll just see. I don't know what the future holds. So this next one might not be like new, but it's definitely newer. And again, I was digging on L'Oreal's like brand website for this. So it's the L'Oreal Age Perfect Anti-Feathering Lip Liner. It's $7.99. At least on Target's site, they have 8 different shades. I have loved a lot from the Age Perfect line, and also the packaging for the Age Perfect stuff is always like white with gold, and I don't know what it is, but I just love that, so I'm always drawn to it. But it looks like it'd be a really creamy type of lip liner, which can go one of two ways. I feel like if it's super creamy, it kind of like travels outside the lip line. But since they're calling this anti-feathering, that would kind of tell me that it should stay in place. And it looks like it's not a wooden one. It looks like it's one that's retractable, you know? They have a lot of different tones. They have kind of a nudie, like pink rose color called Nude Pink. They have bright mocha, which looks more like a brown. They have some like berry tones, some red. Bold orchid looks like a nice lighter berry. So oh, that one's only $4.99. Okay, every single shade is a different price. Hold on. So yeah, like Perfect Burgundy is $5.79. It's $8.69 for Rich Cranberry. What? So, you know, it's around $8-ish, but you might be surprised. It might be more expensive or cheaper depending on the shade you want. But yeah, that's something I will probably buy a shade or two of and give a try because I seem to like a lot from this line, and I love a good lip liner. I use them a lot. So this next one I think you have to buy on Physicians Formula's website. And oh my gosh, I want all of them. There are 6 different ones. I'd like them all, please. Thank you. They're $12.99, so they are a little higher for the drugstore range. Okay, I'd probably buy 2 of them. So there's the Miss Butterfly Blush. There's the Butterscotch Matte Setting Powder. The Butter Puff Bronzer. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. The Bitter Butter Illuminating Setting Powder, the Butternut Highlighter, and the Baby Butter Banana Powder. These names, man. But are they not so cute with the little faces? I honestly, if I were to buy one, I'd buy the Miss Butterfly Blush because I want to try it. And it looks cute. That's literally the only reason, okay? The Butter Puff Bronzer is one I would also consider. I don't know though. I think I probably would just go for the blush. But I would be kind of interested in like the setting powder for like maybe the under eye. We'll see. But I had to mention these. Like I said, I haven't really seen them out and about in stores, but I have seen, like I saw this on Trend Mood's Instagram a while ago. So I don't know. Have you guys seen them like in person? Just saying, they're so freaking cute. All right, so now we have a few drugstore launches that are like actually at Ulta. I don't know how new this is, but there are 3 different ones. It's the Covergirl Clean Fresh Blush Palette. It's $12.49. There is Dreamin' Pink, which has 3 pretty similar pink shades. There's Peachy Doll, which has like more of a, can't tell if that's like a bronzer, and then 2 different like blushy type shades, and then Plum Blossom, which definitely has 3 like actually varied shades. Really, like my skin tone wise and my taste, I would lean towards the first one, but then when I look at that, I'm like, honestly, are any of those shades gonna look that different on my cheek? Do I really need 3 of them? Probably not. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the thing that gives me pause, but like, especially if you were really into that last one, Plum Blossom, you've got more of like an orangey blush, a brighter pink, and then like a more kind of mauve. Then you're getting a little bit of variety if you're into that sort of thing. I don't know about the formula. It looks like the reviews are only like a little over 3 stars. There's only a couple reviews though. One person said beautiful formula, and she had the Dreamin' Pink. This person said the plum version was a flop. It's kind of one of those things probably on my anti-haul list, but kind of an interesting thing. I've not seen CoverGirl do anything like this, so it's exciting that they're kind of branching out. So NYX made this Bear With Me Hydrating Face and Body Concealer Serum. What is that? $11. All right, so it says medium coverage concealer in a skincare serum for face and body. Okay, so 13 hydrating, ultra hydrating shades with medium coverage, non-cakey, natural finish. So you can use it on your under eye, you can use it on your face, your body. I'm kind of intrigued. I think the packaging is kind of cute, like with the little bit of like bright pink, and then you can obviously see the color through it. I would probably try the shade Light. I don't know. I mean, listen, I love a good hydrating anything. So that instantly makes me kind of like want it, and I like medium coverage as well. So this is kind of on my, it's not fully on my wish list, but it's kind of like dipping its toe in. Like that might be added to cart today, just to give it a try. All right, so another NYX product is their Bear With Me Luminous Cheek Serum. They spelled Luminous wrong on their Ulta website. Luminous. So this is $10. There are 3 different shades. So there's Peach Bronze, Tan Bronze, and Sienna Bronze. It just looks kind of interesting to me. The only thing that kind of makes me, is because I've tried one from CoverGirl, and this isn't NYX, so it's not really fair to hold it against NYX, but I've tried one for CoverGirl that was similar, and it's supposed to be luminous, and it was metallic, and it was so patchy. And so I felt so burned by that anything that's like a luminous, like maybe shimmery liquid blush, I instantly am like, I don't know, man. So like, I'm definitely more apt to probably try the concealer from the Bear With Me line than I am this, but I kind of have my eye on it, you know? Like I'll just be like looking at it. I'm thinking about it. So those are basically all I could find drugstore wise that was like new to talk about. I have a lot of things I saw at like Sephora / Ulta that were more in the high-end category I wanted to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, this list was even longer. I took off quite a few because I'm making a Sephora wish list video for like the VIB sale coming up, things that I'm repurchasing, things I'm planning to buy when they're on sale, and new things I wanna try. And so some of these may be repeated in that, but I took a lot off that I know I'm gonna get because I didn't wanna talk about the same things in 2 videos, you know what I mean? But there's a lot in here that I am still interested in that I might buy. Did any of that make any sense? Sorry, y'all. This is the version of me you're getting today, okay? All right, so, let's talk about this one. The Anastasia Primrose Palette. This is $55. I have to admit, this made my heart flutter when I first saw it like a week or 2 ago because it's totally my kind of thing. It's neutral shadows. I love the Anastasia eyeshadow formula. It's neutrals, but then it's got little bits of pink, and I do love a good pink shadow, like peachy pinks. I feel like literally every shade, except for maybe 2, I would wear. The only thing that I'm like, not so sure about is the face products in there. Grapefruit and Saddle, that bronzer would be super orange on me. Grapefruit, assuming that's supposed to be more like a blush, if you're like my skin tone, I might like, but it looks really light. So this is a little confusing because it only mentions the blush shade. So I think the other 2 are meant to be cheek shades. I mean, obviously with stuff like that, you can use it on the eyes too, in theory. I don't know, but so I'm looking at it. I am really thinking about it, but I might hold back just because I'm like, I don't know how much I'm gonna use the cheek shades. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but that one is kind of lower. There are a lot of palettes on my like wanting to try soon list of new launches. This one is on there, but it's a little bit lower, so we'll see. Let me know if you have it and if you just like absolutely love it. So Huda Beauty, the Glowish line in that brand, released a Luminous Pressed Powder Foundation, and that sounds right up my alley because it sounds like it'd be similar to the powder foundation from IT Cosmetics. That's the illuminating one that I've loved for years because it does mattify and it soaks up oil, but it still doesn't make your skin look like totally matte. Like it gives this like slight glow that's so pretty. And so since I know I love that kind of product, this one is very high on my list and will probably be one that I purchase very soon. I think I would probably be the lightest shade 01 Fair, just looking at the difference between that and 02. But the packaging looks kind of cute, kind of like the see-through. Honestly, it reminds me of the Kosas one, like where it's like the kind of see-through. This is probably gonna happen. I'm just saying now, but yeah, smoothing and blurring luminous pressed powder that gives you coverage without the cake with a buildable lightweight formula. So same line, the Glowish Huda Beauty one is their Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder. So this one, I'm looking at Healthy Peach, just looks like a really pretty peach blush. They all, I think, are baked, so they kind of have like a swirl design. And again, I think the packaging is really pretty. Ooh, this one's $21, so it's cheaper than the powder we were just talking about, but it says it's got a marbled formula, but it's a velvety powder blush. So I don't know if it's like actually baked or not. That was developed to give all skin tones a beautifully natural, fresh-faced flush of color. Why was it such a struggle to read? And a soft focus glow. So it's yet another one. I am a blush girl through and through, and I'm really eyeing that one in Healthy Peach. Karen Coral looks pretty too, but I think the peach one is calling my name. I almost didn't mention this one. So first of all, 100%, 10 out of 10, this Gucci palette. It is $150. Woo, daddy. Looking at the color spread, I do think it's interesting. It's a little bit different than a lot that's out there, which is kind of nice. But boy, these shadows better be truly next level because $150 for how many shades is that? 12? Oh, that's a lot. But like, if you could afford it and you loved Gucci and you would use every one of these shades, go for it. But this is something that is definitely on my anti-haul list, just price alone, but also looking at it truly. I mean, I would use maybe half of the shades, knowing myself. Like the blues are really pretty and that purple's pretty, but I probably wouldn't use it. 2 of the purples, there's like the one on the bottom right-ish and then the one in the top left-ish. Those like purpley tones look slightly different, but not that different. So it's kind of an interesting choice in a palette that's this expensive. On my anti-haul list, wanted to mention it because I haven't seen a palette priced like that at Sephora in a hot minute. Wow. So on the same vein, an expensive palette, $75, this Charlotte Tilbury one. It's their Instant Eye Palette. So I was sent in PR their other like longer palette like this, and it was like a limited edition holiday one last year. They might even still have it now that I'm saying that out loud. And it is fine. I am a fan, okay? I wanna make this very clear of Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. I've repurchased the Pillow Talk palette because there is something magic about these shades. I found dupes that are really close and give similar looks that I still love, but there is just something special about them. But with these are so expensive that I just feel like if I'm not gonna use most of the shades, why in the world would I buy it? And this, I would literally use maybe half the shades, if that. It's just, it wouldn't be ideal for me. And so that's just one simple reason not to get it. I don't really know what else to say. Like, I felt like with the limited edition one I have, I'm grateful that it was sent to me. I do like it, but guess what? I use the same 3 shades every time I use it. Same 3. So I'm like, well, I might as well have just bought a quad. Like, so that's kind of my thing with super expensive palettes like that. You know, it is pretty though. And the quality is there. I will say the quality is there, but that's one I'm gonna skip on for sure. Okay, have you heard about this one? Are you gonna try it? This is the Tower 28 Sunny Days SPF 30 Tinted Sunscreen Foundation. I think I was watching, I've mentioned her a lot, Andrea Montiliano. I love her videos. I learn about a lot of like new launches from her. She was saying she probably knows she probably wouldn't like, because she likes more full coverage. And I was kind of thinking about it, I'm like, you know, I'm not even sure that I would like it because it kind of looks, even looking at the before and after, there's a little bit of coverage, but not a lot. Very much a light foundation. But she had kind of mentioned maybe using it kind of like as like an SPF, like using it, I don't know that we would use it alone. I'm saying we, because if she and I were doing the same thing, I don't know. But like not necessarily alone, but just like with that idea, like it's gonna be a day that you're just wearing SPF. So maybe you put on an SPF, then you put this on top for just that little bit of coverage, but you're not really wearing any other makeup. It says it's a 2-in-1 fragrance-free mineral sunscreen foundation. Maybe you can just wear it as your foundation. You have to put on a lot. Light to medium buildable coverage. Well, now reading that, it does interest me. So it's something I'm thinking about because I'm a big fan of sunscreen and I genuinely wear it every day, even when I'm just bumming around the house. So it's something I'm like, well, if it would be easy to put on and, you know, offer a little bit of coverage, maybe I would wear that just as that. So let me know your thoughts. I guess I would have to try it because I was like, would I really want to put enough of this on to be like the right level of sunscreen protection, or would it look crazy because it does actually have like a little bit of coverage? Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, but that one is on my maybe list because it does kind of sound up my alley. I've liked a lot from Tower 28, so that's a maybe. Maybe, baby. Who was it that I was just watching that? I think it was Kathleen Lights that bought this just for the packaging, and I was like, I get it, girl, because that packaging is really cute. The Lawless Conceal the Deal Longwear Full Coverage Foundation. This one is $39. Packaging, 10 out of 10. Okay, long wearing, lightweight fluid foundation that delivers modern full coverage. Well, what's the difference between modern full coverage and just like old-fashioned full coverage? With a self-setting natural matte finish. So I'm not a big full coverage person, but I'm not against it. And like I've said a million times, I do have foundations that are full coverage I like, because for certain like moments in your life, you want like a really nice, you know, or like sometimes I just have more to cover and I just want it. So it's something I would think about, but it's very low on my list for that exactly that reason. I wouldn't use it enough, and I already have a lot of full coverage concealers that I like. And by a lot of, I mean there's one, and it's the it's the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. That stuff is my favorite full coverage foundation, period. Oh, I love it so much. So this one does look interesting, but for me right now, it's not on my wish list. Y'all, this video is long. I'm taking my sweet, sweet time. Okay, the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer, 29 bucks. Why is it that their packaging, and this isn't even like that stellar packaging, but it still looks so pretty to me, it makes me wanna buy it. Like when their Luminous foundation came out, I saw that packaging, and it was simple packaging. It was just a glass bottle, but it said like foundation up the side. And I was like, well, I'm gonna need that. That's so cute. Like, what is it? What is wrong with me? This one is very high on my list, on my wish list, just because it sounds like what I would like. It's supposedly creaseless, LOL. What concealer is truly creaseless if you got the creases? I picture it like this. Like if you had a mattress, you know how like most mattresses have like the little like seam grooves all throughout it? So if you had a plain mattress and you poured sand all over it, and you tell me that, no, this is a mattress that like the sand's not gonna go in those little crevices, I'd be like, yes, it will, because there are crevices. That's how I feel. I'm like, if you have under eye, fine lines, wrinkles, whatever, the concealer is gonna go in. Like it's, anyway, how did that visual in my head is so perfect. Good job, Jess. Boy, the sugar in this, it's one of those I was just talking about it like last week. The Javelia mocha like latte things you can make in your Keurig. I'll link below again because a lot of you guys were like, yep, need it, bought. It's so good, but it of course still has sugar in it, and I feel like it's just really sending me to the moon today. So it says the Magic Touch Concealer is lightweight, creamy, it melts into the skin. Yeah, listen, it just sounds like what I like. So I want to try it. That one is gonna be added to my cart for sure. Also, I just love concealers, you guys. I love trying concealers. Here's one that I've gone back and forth, snip, snap, snip, snap. And I think I've landed on, it's on my anti-haul list. This is the Natasha Denona. So it's $65. It's too pink. And that's coming from someone that does, like I said earlier, like peachy pink shadows. It's too pink. It's too pink. It's too purple. And when I look at it, I just feel like, no. And I know, like, I do like, oh yeah, I have it right here. The most recent purchase I've made from Natasha Denona is this one, which is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. And I love it. Like, if you are a neutrally person like me, especially if you like cooler tones, because this is definitely more cool tone, I would get this one. But yeah, this one, it's just too pink. It's very pretty, and if you're into pinky purples, you will probably love it. But that one is on my anti-haul list. I heard Jamie Page talking about this one. It's the Milk Makeup Sunshine Under Eye Brightening Light Coverage Concealer. And I'm pretty sure she didn't love it. And I will say this, the Milk Makeup like Sunshine Tint, I don't love either. Again, it's kind of like what we were talking about with the Tower 28. Like that one, the milk one that is, it's just no coverage and it's not necessarily easy to apply. It's on this roller ball, which is kind of interesting, but I don't love. And so this is the same thing, just thinner. It's on a little roller ball, which is interesting, but I just worry, it says light coverage, and honestly, if I'm gonna go for a light coverage, I'm gonna grab a little pot of like the Glossier stuff and just tap it on and move on. Like with this, I feel like I gotta roll it on and then I can blend it in. I just wanna do it in one quick step because if I'm going for a very light look, that probably means I have 4 minutes to get ready. You know what I mean? So that's why this one is on my anti-haul list. I don't think I'd like it and I don't think I would use it very much. This one is interesting. So it's a new part of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip line. They released their like Hydro Grip primer probably a few years ago now. Like I feel like in my head that's a new product, but honestly guys, that was probably a couple years ago. Oh my gosh. 2022 is a couple months away, like 2.5 months away. All right, so it's the Hydro Grip Eyeshadow and Concealer Primer. Like $24. It's an invisible hydrating primer for eyeshadow and for under eye concealer that smooths the skin and locks down color to prevent creasing, fading, and smudging. I would just be interested to try this, just to try it. You know what I mean? Like it just intrigues me so much. I might like it as an eye primer, and I bet it does work well as that. Like with creasing, I do feel like, yes, I have creases in my eyes, but there's something about eyeshadow that for me, I don't have the issue, but I know a lot of people do. But I do feel like there are really good primers out there that actually do make a difference. And I know some people say, if you put eye primer on your under eyes, it can really help with concealer creasing. I've tried that, and I do feel like it does make some of a difference, but it's more of a time thing. Like I just am not gonna do that. I'd rather it crease and me just do this from time to time, but that's just me. So this one's kind of inching its way onto the wish list just because it intrigues me so much. The actual original Hydro Grip primer, I didn't love, but that was more because I didn't really need that kind of a primer, like that sticky base. That's just not typically the kind of primer I would go for. The Urban Decay Naked Cyber Palette. $49, which is pretty much the Urban Decay Naked line's price. What do you guys think about this? Also, I miss the original Naked palette. Kind of wish they still sold it. Like, would buy it again. When I first saw this a while ago, because it's new, but it's not like it didn't just come out yesterday, but it is still pretty new. It's got a lot of light colors, which I'm like, yeah, like I love that. But I heard Kelly Gooch say the other day, I literally was watching while I was getting ready today. But I heard her say that she felt like every look that she did with this looked the same. And while you might like the look it gives, like I would probably like the look I get with it. Why have, 10 or 12 shades that are all gonna basically in the end look about the same? Because they are all lighter. So it's kind of one of those things that I don't think I'm gonna buy. I really have gone back and forth with this, but hearing her say that kind of sealed the deal for me because I was like, she's right though. And that was kind of my fear without really realizing it, is that they all really do look similar. And then you have the random brighter orange there at the end, which I know I wouldn't use. So that one is on my anti-haul list. I have my list right here for my Sephora sale, which is coming up November 5th. My wish list. Ugh. Okay, 2 of the things I mentioned today are on that list, but I have so many other things I'm planning on buying that are sitting in my cart that I can't wait to share with you guys about. Some of them are newer launches. Some of them, like I said earlier, are like repurchases of things that I'm like, I'm almost out of this. I don't want to buy it full price, etc. Get pumped for that video. I'm so excited for this sale, like more excited than I've been in a hot minute. So that is everything. I hope that you enjoyed watching this. If you want to watch some more of my anti-haul and wishlist videos, I do these every single month, just talking about new makeup that just got released. I will link my playlist down below and up in the eye if you want to watch some more of them right now. Thanks again to Warby Parker for sponsoring a portion of this video. Again, if you want to try out Warby Parker for yourself and order some new glasses, you can head over to warbyparker.com/Jessica Braun to take the quiz and order your free home try-on. I know you guys will love them. I love mine. My husband loves his. So I will have the link and all of that information down in the description box. And thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.